Okay, Assalamu alaikum, dear respected brothers of the Islamic Waqf of Maryland board, and also the brothers at the Islamic Center of Maryland. The best way I thought to give you this proposal would be to create this video. I've also included in the email the slides for you to look at. So what I'm proposing today is the family plot allocation proposal, and it's May 2015. Just want to go over some current realities that we're dealing with. Current reality number one is ICM is contracted with community members for family plot burial arrangements at El Salados Gardens, which is managed by the Islamic Waqf of Maryland. Number two, the Islamic Waqf of Maryland has communicated to ICM that due to geological conditions, they cannot implement the family plot arrangements as originally contracted by ICM. And this has been discussed in both boards on numerous occasions. I don't think I need to explain that any further. Number three, the inability to implement such contracts has created a burden to the Waqf of Maryland, ICM, BOT, and community members who should be contracted for said arrangements. So obviously the burden on the Waqf is, people going up there when their family member is being buried and finding out that they cannot, be in the space that they were originally contracted for. That puts pressure on the Waqf. ICM BOT also is dealing with the issues of members coming up and are unhappy with these situations. And obviously, for the community member, something that he paid for and contracted for, now we've kind of flipped the script on them a little bit. So that's creating some issues. Number four, the family plot arrangements, regardless of whether Islamic or cultural in nature, should be respected and taken seriously due to the emotional nature of death. Now, this is an issue where I've heard on numerous occasions, well, this isn't really Islamic or whatever the case may be. I think we need to take these demands seriously and also these contracts seriously. That it doesn't have to be Islamic for us to look at it. There's a lot of cultural issues related to death and how people are buried back home in our countries. Number five, contractual obligations are more important than optimization of space. I've seen a tremendous push from the Waqf board to optimize the space, and I do understand we have limited space. However, contractual obligations are, in my estimation, more important than optimization of space. Number six, a resolution reasonable for all parties must be reached to avoid further problems and possible litigation. This is a serious issue. We've made contracts with people, Islamically more so than anything else. We have to abide by those, and everybody's on the hook for it. I don't like the idea of thinking that ICM and Frederick and Hagerstown and Waqf, these are all independent bodies. We're all in this together, and we're looking for a resolution together, inshallah. So just moving forward, I hope this is clear in the video. This is our current layout right now. As you can see here, we've got section A, and we have section B. So what we're doing is we are burying the dead in this fashion, and we have about this much full. So my proposal is very simple, and I'll lay that out in the next couple of slides. But again, the proposal can be done in section A or section B. Moving on. The proposal is very basic from the board. What we're looking to plan to do is this. Now get a little bit closer. So this is section A. What we're proposing is this, is that in section A up top or in section B here, what we do is basically this, is that we would allow for 22 feet between the burial sites and continuously do that until we have all of the family plot allocations done. So that would mean that we would be able to get in here. Ed has told us he needs about 12 feet to get it in with his digger, and so here we have 22 feet so that we can come in and we can bury this family and bury this family, bury this family. They're demarcated in different colors, and we would have 22 feet to maneuver and do that. The same thing going on and on and on. Picture that going down until we have enough spaces allocated to accommodate all the families. This can also be done in section B if needed. So if we don't want to do it in Section A, we can start it in Section B. These would be the grandfathered in family plots. So all other burial plots would, and everything sold from this point forward would be, similar to how we're doing it now, very close to each other. So why do I have the 22 feet here? What's the importance? Because these plots here are 8 by 8, which are butted up against each other. And then between them on either side, we have 3 feet totaling 22 feet. And this is significant because this 22 feet, the question is, what are we going to do with all this space? This is a substantial amount of space. But this space will make it very easy for Ed to get in, bury the people where they need to be, and then pull back out. I hope that's clear. All right, so then after that, what we would do is, once all these folks are buried, as I showed you in the slide before, we have these 22 feet. Now let me see if I can draw this. So once these people are done, these sections are done, and all the family members are buried, whether it be in this section, mind you now, this would be grandfathered in, so we'd only be doing it for the people who have the family contracts. What we would do is Ed would then come back in, okay, this way, and he would dig and go backwards, and dig and go backwards. So what we would do is we would work outwards until we reached this. So that he would work out until these are full, and he would work out this way until these are full, and these are full with individual burials, meaning that we would in the end look like this. However, what we would need to do is leave this 22 feet empty so we can put 2 up all the way down, and we would fill these rows going out in an outward fashion, and this would be done here, 2 rows, and so on and so on. Now what this basically does is it takes care of our contractual obligation, which is that all the people would be buried, and furthermore what it does is it allows us to get full capacity, which is the 22 feet that we've allocated. We'd go back in and we would make sure that those spaces are full by individual contract holders. In the end, meaning that we could fulfill our contractual obligations, optimize all of this space, and most importantly, we wouldn't have to change anything in the design work if we use Section A, because basically, in essence, all this would be is changing the way we're burying with regard to timing. It would have nothing to do or change with regard to Frederick County or such. So going back, just to recap, 22 feet, which is 8 plus 8 plus 3 plus 3 equals 22. That would be the space. That would give Ed Johnson plenty of room to come in and give these plots to one family and give these plots to the next family, and so on and so on. Again, this can be done in Section A or in Section B, depending on what the Waqf board desires. Again, this is Section A, the way it is today. That being said, that's the full presentation. Obviously, we come up and talk to the Waqf board. I just want to make it very clear that it is crucial for us as an organization, as ICM, to fulfill these contractual obligations. And I want to remind everybody that this proposal basically solves everything, and I don't see any drawbacks from it. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me, inshallah, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. Jazakumullahu khairan, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.